Joining me on the Bounce Back to Business interview is Anna. Hello, Anna.
Good morning. Hi.
Hi. Now then, can you tell us a little bit about what you do?
So I'm a podiatrist or chiropodist, and I work at Eason Podiatry, which is at the bottom of Hartington Street.
Okay. And I'm going to have to ask this question now. What is the difference between the two?
We often get asked what is the difference between a chiropodist and a podiatrist, and the unfortunate answer is nothing really. We are a protected title in that we've had to go through a set amount of training to be able to become a chiropodist or podiatrist, but they tried to move towards a more professional title. Traditionally, chiropodist comes from the terminology chiro, meaning hands, and pod, meaning feet. Because the job was to shave calluses off workers' hands and feet, that's where the job originated from. But I don't shave calluses off hands now, just feet. So we've moved to podiatry.
Now, because your profession is very hands-on, you must have been quite severely affected by the coronavirus pandemic.
Absolutely. So on the 23rd, just like a lot of businesses, we had to shut our doors, which obviously impacted a lot of our patients and obviously our business as well. We have been itching to get back. We have been allowed to see emergency wound care patients, but obviously that's quite limiting as to who can attend our clinic, because not everybody's got an emergency, even if they're in pain. So it's been really nice this past week to welcome all of our patients back and be able to offer our care again to everybody and anyone.
Fantastic. I mean, it must have been pretty awful. I mean, people might have been in quite a lot of discomfort for quite a few number of weeks, and you couldn't get to them.
Absolutely, and sadly, it's the same across a lot of health professions. We've heard horror stories with people having terrible toothache, and obviously people with quite sore feet. So yeah, we are happy to be able to open our doors again, and Jennifer and I are starting to, work our way through all of our patients again. So it's lovely to see them back, because that's why you go into a job like this. You want to help people who are in pain.
But opening your doors again has been no easy task, I should imagine.
We've had to introduce a few things. Luckily, being a health provider, we have always adhered to a lot of stringent decontamination processes anyway. But obviously, we've had to introduce things like a hand sanitizing station in the waiting room, perspex for our receptionist so that she's got a perspex screen to sit behind. We've introduced the floor markings to indicate, 2 meters apart. And we've actually, having said we've opened our doors, we keep our front door shut at the moment, and we're just doing appointment only rather than letting somebody walk in to book an appointment. We're asking them to make that appointment over the telephone so that there's less patient flow in the building, and we can try and limit the number of people a patient will come into contact with when they do attend. And when people do
attend, is there any particular procedures you'd like people to do before they come and see you?
So we just ask people to telephone, and our receptionist or one of the podiatry team will ring back if a message is left, or will explain exactly what needs to happen on the telephone. Nothing weird or wonderful. We are suggesting people, if they do have a face covering, that they do wear one, purely because not many people can sit 2 meters away from us while we're trimming the toenails. I mean, we've seen long legs, but maybe not that long. So people are quite close to us. And although the podiatrist will be wearing a mask and a visor, an apron and gloves, it's still just maybe advisable, with us being closer than 2 meters, that if you've got a face mask, that you do wear one when you come to the clinic appointment.
And how confident are you that it's safe?
I mean, I would rather come here than go to a supermarket, because obviously, as I say, the procedures we had in place before COVID-19 happened were that we were a very cleanly environment anyway, and we've just had to up things like wiping handles and maybe tabletops in the waiting room that we maybe would do at the end of clinic. We're doing it in between every patient now. So I do believe everyone who comes through the door is as safe as we can possibly make them.
That's brilliant. Thank you so much, Anna. And we wish you all the very best as we move forward.
Thank you very much, Andrea. You take care.